Hello everyone, my name is Payton Heyman. I am a social media intern at the Autonomy Incubator, and today I will be presenting on how I have utilized social media to talk about our world. So, who am I? Well, I actually just graduated high school. I'm kind of the baby of the Autonomy Incubator, I like to think. And so I'm about to start my freshman year at the Savannah College of Art and Design to study film and television production. So last summer, the way I got introduced to this place is my Aunt Carol. She works here, and I got connected and ended up volunteering for about 2 weeks, loved it, got the job, came back for 10 weeks over the summer. And so right after my short volunteer period last summer, I drove across the country and did basically what I love most. And I got to go to all of these film sites and television sites, and you're guaranteed to know one if you look at my website, which is Film Across the Country. And the reason I included it is just because that was kind of the moment that made me realize, like, this is what I love and this is what I'm going to do. And so I have been able to express all of everything basically through Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, the blog, and Twitter. So my main objectives throughout my internship are basically just to show everyone what you guys do, but it needs to be educational and it needs to be entertaining. So I wanted to create content that clearly explains the research going on at the AI in order to educate both average members of society, so people who don't work at NASA, people who don't do anything like this for a living, as well as other teams who are researching similar stuff and do similar things to you guys. And so, unlike most interns, there wasn't like a final project that I was going for. I described it as a portfolio because I have all these articles and videos and whatnot. And so my approach, basically what I've already said, I tweet, I post on Facebook, post on Instagram, and I write about the smaller versions of what I said into lengthy blog posts so you can read more in depth about what's going on. It was really important for me to communicate with the other interns to make sure that I knew what I was talking about as someone who obviously doesn't have much background in science and math. It takes a little bit to, put it in my own words in a way that other people will understand. And so I also had to do a lot of research to make sure that my videos looked professional, and I had professional looking photographs as well. And so rather than showing a full-length video, I decided to take all of the videos I have made this summer and combine them into one really, really, really short one. So here's the summer summary. And that's it. So, yeah, just all sorts of stuff. And now let's talk numbers. See where we're most famous and where we're not as famous. So first, let's start with the blog. Yes, I was actively updating this throughout the day to make it sound as large as possible. So as of right before my presentation, we're at a total of 2,610 views just in my 2 months of being here, which I think is pretty good. The blog with the highest amount of views was about Andrew Pitts, and that is like, it was a wow factor. He has like at least 150 more than the one in second place. And so I have 14 total articles that are published and 23 that are drafts. And those drafts just include exit presentations, basically. And I also created a chart to show how popular Andrew Pitts is compared to everyone else. And just see, the timeline. Okay, now Twitter performance. As far as the different actual social media platforms go, Twitter is most popular in followers. And so we had over 22,000 tweet impressions between July and August, over 1,800 profile visits, so basically someone seeing the tag at Autonomy Incubator and clicking on it, 10 average followers per month, which is decent, and we have a total of 591 followers, so close to 600. Woo. And now Instagram and YouTube performance. First off, we have the YouTube, which obviously is my favorite because videos. So the most popular video was celebrating the life of our old building, B1222. Yeah, this one had 92 views total and a total watch time of 284 minutes. So the way YouTube works is you can break it down and see what the average amount of time that each video was watched, and which is down here. So the average view duration is 1 minute and 48 seconds overall, all of our YouTube channel. So if you take into account how long this video is and how long the other videos are, which are sometimes like 45 seconds-ish, that's pretty good. The YouTube channel has 2,700 impressions, 369 views total, and the total watch time overall in the past 2 months was 724 minutes. Now on to Instagram. Instagram, I feel like, is kind of forgotten about, at least from the standpoint of people at NASA. I always see people interacting with the social media platforms on Facebook and Twitter, but almost rarely on Instagram. And so I think that's, in the future, something I can bump up a little more. We have 120 likes total in mass, adding up all of the different posts, 154 views on the 2 videos that are posted, and 142 followers. And that was the most popular Instagram post, which includes Andrew Pitts, as always. And so the Facebook performance. Top left, the yellow graph, these are the post reach, as they call it. So it's basically the number of people who saw the words Autonomy Incubator reach their page, whether it was someone had shared one of our links or they are friends with us on Facebook and they saw that I had posted something. And then the purpley blue one, that is reactions, comments, shares, and more. Reactions being people liking the posts and whatnot. And overall, the Autonomy Incubator Facebook page is 113 likes. And that is another issue that I actually had, is in order to have a Facebook, you have to be a person. And so you'll see, if you look into it, it'll say, like, Autonomy has friended you. But then there's also a separate page that is the Autonomy Incubator page place, which is where things are posted. And the only way to combine the two is to lose all of your data. So I've gotten a lot of questions about why they've gone to the Autonomy page and there was nothing there. And it's because you have to go to the place rather than the person. But yeah. Now my strengths and struggles throughout the summer. So overall, starting with strengths, I felt pretty good about how to use Premiere. I am a Final Cut person. I use much more Apple products than like Adobe, and so the transition from using Final Cut for several years to Premiere was a little rough because it's a little different, but after watching a plethora of YouTube videos, I figured it all out. I can also edit exit presentations quite efficiently now, so there were many. I've become more comfortable interviewing people, which was honestly a big thing for me. I'm 70% extroverted, yet still coming up to people who are so much older than me and say, hey, tell me about your work. It's a little intimidating, and throughout the summer, having to do it often has really made me more comfortable with being able to talk to you guys. And I learned Blogger HTML and figuring how that works. More struggles, having only one camera / being only one person. You know, it's nice to make professional videos with different angles, but when you only have one to do it with, there's that. And then obviously there's a little less content to cover with the move, which I think everybody has struggled with this summer. After Effects, catching people at the right time or not at all. So basically saying, oh, I want to post this on Wednesday, but everyone else has their other complications and it'll get bumped to Thursday. And catching people is really important, obviously. So for next time, hopefully if I come back either on my 6-week-long winter break or summer, I have some ideas. Over the summer, at least, throughout the entire internship, I think it would be really adorable to take a 1-second video every single day and then have just one full-length video of the summer in summary, basically. And you'd be surprised at how much can fit in 1 second. You can get like 6 words or an entire scene in only 1 second, and to have a whole video is awesome. I want to make more videos using the GoPros now that we have them. That's really awesome, especially attaching them to drones, or like I did with Chase Norin, attaching it to the rover. And I want to improve my After Effects skills. And if you're unfamiliar with what After Effects is, it's kind of a side thing to Adobe Premiere, which is the primary video editing software. And After Effects allows you to do more animation and do more text movement to make your text a little fancier. And overall goals, if I come back, is to get the 600 followers on Twitter. I want to write even more blog posts, and I want to get that celebrity following that I spoke of. Jimmy Fallon, maybe? I don't know. And yeah, so thanks. That's all. Any questions?
Yes. What was your favorite video that you took?
Favorite video?
Or story, whichever work that you wrote, what was your favorite?
Probably the celebrating the life of B1222, just because I think that put all of us together, and especially in this new building, we're all kind of separated from each other, and that was something that we could all appreciate. And even if you dive deep into the theories of comedy, obviously you find something funnier when you know the person. So when we all watch this video, it's like, oh, that person's really funny, so no matter what they say, we're going to laugh at them. But if someone who doesn't spend every day of their life here doesn't know them, they're probably going to find it less funny. So when I showed that video to my family and my friends and they were laughing, it was kind of nice to say, okay, this is good.